Have you ever wondered why the moment you finally understand yourself, the world around you suddenly feels quieter? Why the more emotionally mature you become, the more distance you start to notice? Not because you pushed anyone away, but because you outgrew the noise that once kept you company. Emotional maturity changes the way you connect. It makes you see people's intentions clearly. It makes you recognize when someone only shows up out of convenience, not care. It makes you pay attention to patterns you used to ignore, the broken promises, the half-love, the friendships held together by your effort alone. And once you see all that, you can't unsee it. So the loneliness doesn't come from being empty. It comes from being aware. You no longer tolerate conversations that drain you. You no longer chase people who don't choose you. You no longer bend yourself just to avoid conflict or earn approval. Maturity makes you quiet in a world where everyone is loud. It makes you slow down in a world where everyone rushes to be seen. It makes you selective in a world where people collect connections like trophies but rarely build anything real. And the moment you stop accepting chaos as normal, you'll notice something. Not many people know how to give peace. Not many know how to communicate honestly, love consistently, or take responsibility for their actions. That's where the loneliness begins, in the gap between what you now understand and what others still avoid. But there's something deeper, something people rarely talk about. Emotional maturity forces you to sit with things most people run from. You face your fears instead of masking them. You admit your mistakes instead of defending them. You choose growth over comfort, even when it hurts. And because of that, you end up walking a path fewer people are willing to take. You start to realize that a lot of relationships survive only because both people avoid the real issues. But you don't avoid anymore. You don't pretend. You don't cling to someone just because you're afraid to be alone. And when you stop holding on out of fear, many connections start to fall away on their own. Feels lonely, but it's not the kind of loneliness that breaks you. It's the kind that clears your space. It's the kind that removes what distracts you so you can discover who actually deserves to be close. Because emotional maturity doesn't just change what you want, it changes what you're willing to accept. You stop settling for half-effort, inconsistent love, and one-sided friendships. You want depth. You want honesty. You want people who can sit with discomfort instead of running from it. And here's the part that's hardest to accept. Most people are not ready for that level of connection. They want the benefits of your emotional maturity, your calmness, your understanding, your stability, but they are not willing to do the inner work required to stand beside you. So they drift, or you drift, or life simply separates you because you're headed in different directions. And it leaves you with a silence that feels heavy, yet strangely peaceful. Because deep down, you know this loneliness is not a punishment. It's a transition, a quiet space between who you used to be and the kind of love, friendship, and connection that's finally worthy of who you're becoming. And with time, you start to see something clearly. You're not lonely because you're hard to love. You're lonely because you finally stopped letting just anyone have access to you. You stopped entertaining chaos. You stopped chasing people who only gave you the bare minimum. You stopped apologizing for having standards. And when you do that, your circle becomes smaller, but your peace becomes stronger. Slowly, the loneliness transforms. It stops feeling like emptiness and starts feeling like protection. Protection from the wrong people. Protection from the wrong love. Protection from repeating the same pain you once swore you'd never go through again. Because emotional maturity doesn't just change your relationships, changes you. It teaches you that solitude is better than disrespect. Silence is better than forced conversations. And waiting is better than settling. And one day, quietly, unexpectedly, you look around and realize something. The loneliness you once feared became the bridge to the life you needed. Your space, your standards, your growth. They created room for connections that match your energy, your depth, your heart. You weren't being abandoned. You were being prepared. Prepared for people who don't get intimidated by your honesty, who don't shrink from your depth, who don't run from accountability, and who don't leave when love requires effort. So if you feel lonely right now, don't panic. You're not going backwards, you're leveling up. And sometimes the higher you rise, the quieter it gets, until the right people reach your level. That's not loneliness. That's alignment. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.